This is David Hamaker with EECE 244, and here is my breathing meter sensor. And what I use here with my ESP32 is this accelerometer. You can see it glowing back in there. That's the MPU 6050. It communicates to the ESP32 via I2C, and so after ground and its supply voltage of 3.3, I have it connected. It looks like the data to pin 21 and the clock to pin 22. And using that same I2C connection, I was able to link up this OLED. And that was all in one example. I believe it was the MPU 6050 OLED example. And what I also did in addition to that was I set up an ADC reading here. Now, this is a photoresistor, which is not actually what I'm going to be using. I was planning on using this flex sensor that increases in resistivity when it bends, which would be like an exhale, but then when you breathe in, it loses resistivity. So I kind of did some back of the napkin calculations here. Let me pull them up here to kind of figure out, what was the max of that flex sensor, what is the minimum of that flex sensor, what's it gonna, when you exhale, the voltage out is going to get lower, and then when you inhale, it gets higher. So in order for that to happen, I had to connect this beneath my sensor, but above my resistors to get the voltage divider there. And then just because I had to use a photoresistor real quickly, I was like, okay, so when I get it dark, it's going to look like an exhale. When it's lighter, it's an inhale. And so what that looks like when I pull this up, let's see. You can see the data there. It has the accelerometer as well as the gyroscope, so you can also measure radial turns in addition to just up and down. But it also has that flex voltage reading there, which also plots very nicely with the serial plotter. Here's that flex voltage, so it'd be like breathing in and out, in and out, right? Now you may notice that the the SD card is missing. That's because I was still having trouble with those SD libraries. So what I decided to do instead was make it work with Bluetooth, and that was super easy. There was just this serial Bluetooth header, and you set it up in there, and then you use a command called the serial BT print, and yeah, you had to make a string variable because I think that was a little easier to read. And then I just downloaded a Bluetooth serial terminal, and I was able to find the ESP32, and it measures everything in real time. I can make that either comma delimited. You can even use this here to be like, start. And then when you're ready to start, you hit start and it flags it. So that hopefully will be useful.